Nobody likes the feeling of like not doing anything. It doesn't need to be entertaining. It doesn't need to make you laugh or dance. It's just there. That's scary. That's weird. And it's been a long time where we just put everything down and just sit in the feeling of doing nothing. I'm almost done with my matcha and now I started the video. So this video is kind of like a part 2 of the video that I did of lowering your screen time. And that video was really planned and researched, and I kind of wanted to make a part 2 about a certain topic that I talked about in that video, which is alone time. I pretty much talked about how it's really hard nowadays to be bored, how we're just used to constantly being on our phone and having that instant gratification of going on social media and texting your friends. And even though there's nothing wrong innately with doing these behaviors, personally for me, I just feel like I've found being really self-aware of the behaviors that I exhibit and noticing when I'm on my phone too long. But what happens when you get off your phone? You feel bored. You feel like your phone was the only thing that you can do to take over that free time. And it's not only your phones, like every single aspect of society nowadays is like super quick. You want to watch a movie? Go to Netflix or Disney Plus or Paramount Plus or whatever pluses are left over. And it's been a long time where we just put everything down and just sit in the feeling of doing nothing. This is not new at all. Like even before technology was really so heavily advanced in our society, meditation was still a thing and journaling or thoughts was still a thing. Like this isn't relatively something that's new, but it's definitely something that's a lot more in conversation now, especially because of the last 15 years. I kind of wanted to talk about like the feeling that you have when you're bored and how you can reflect that to just being alone. I think one of the main feelings we have is anxiety. Anxiety that we need to do something right now, at least listen to music or call a friend and have a conversation. For me, a big reason why I have those intrusive thoughts while I'm bored, nobody likes the feeling of like not doing anything. Even when we were little, like when we had nothing else to play with, we've played with all our toys, we've done everything that we could have done today, and then we had nothing else to do. It sucked. But I think growing up made me realize how important this alone time is for my mental health. Now I'm gonna get into the things that you can do when you're alone. I think the only thing that you have with you when you're alone is the environment around you. Right now I'm in a room and I see this couch and I see this plant, and even though that sounds kind of weird, it's something that's here in the now, right now. It doesn't need to be entertaining. It doesn't need to make you laugh or dance. It's just there. That's scary. That's weird because we're not used to doing that. And so the first thing that I do is look at my environment and really soak in what's happening at the moment, because in 3 seconds the present is going to be gone, and then another 3 seconds pass by, and then another 3 seconds pass by. Being right here in the now is what's super important, especially when I'm really anxious or stressed. It can become really hard to not put your full attention into something that you're doing at that moment, especially like during finals week. Personally for me, I feel like my assignments and my finals are literally everything to me at that moment. Nothing matters. My social life doesn't matter, my mental health doesn't matter, sleep doesn't matter. I just need to get the assignments done. Even though at that moment I'm not doing well mentally, some semesters more than others, but that happens all the time when we're stressed. Like nothing matters, and honestly, everything that actually does matter is what's happening right in front of you. Like it's always good to plan for the future and to look at the past and learn from your past mistakes, but the best way to use this alone time for your advantage is to be present and to look at your surroundings. At least that's the first step that I do, and I feel like that really helps me connect to my breathing and just look around. The second thing that is really helpful for me is to sit with the emotion that I currently have. So if I'm anxious because I'm not on my phone, let yourself be anxious and really sit with that emotion. I know that sounds a little bit counterintuitive of being like, well, I don't want to feel anxious, so why would I let myself be anxious? Take it as you will, but I personally feel like emotions are kind of like energies that flow within your body. I know this is kind of like a weird thing, but like, have you ever slipped with socks on and then you catch yourself and you feel like that rush of anxiety just like flow through you, and then like it stops all of a sudden? That's kind of like how I see it, where it's like these energies that flow inside of you. Like literally when you're anxious, you feel it in your body. When you're scared, you feel it in your body. When you're happy, you feel it in your body. When you're depressed, you feel it in your body. Like everything goes through your body because your body and your brain are connected. And so the only way to let this energy go away or to reduce in intensity is to let it flow through your body. There's no point in stopping it or trying to distract it. I mean, like if you try not to cry, it's just gonna make you cry harder. It's because it's trying to get out. So if you let yourself just feel this emotion and like be truly honest with yourself, going to like the core reason of why you probably feel this way, it's like, oh, I probably feel anxious because I'm not on my phone right now. And like actually saying that to yourself, it's gonna be like a little mini meditation for you, sitting by yourself and doing these like sessions of clarity or whatever. So again, to the beginning of this conversation, having that self-awareness of being like, oh, okay, I need to be alone right now. I need to sit in these feelings because I'm feeling anxious or I'm having these thoughts. So ultimately, why have these sessions of clarity, right? The biggest thing that has impacted me is catching these feelings right before they happen. If I know I'm gonna do something and it's gonna make me anxious, but I have to do it anyway for whatever reason, I know when to stop. I know that feeling. It's all about like really knowing yourself and having that relationship with yourself that's like super helpful when you're alone. You're literally experiencing your own thoughts when you're by yourself. It helps you be more conscious of it when it happens again, and it's a little bit self-assuring because when you feel anxious again, you're like, oh, okay, I've gone through this before. It's just what it is. Let me sit down, let me breathe through this, and then go on with my day. And like I mentioned this in the last video too, but when I was a freshman in college, my screen time was like over the roof, especially because I was a little bit lonely because I didn't have any friends coming out of high school. Everyone was kind of like doing their own thing in college, and I was a lot shyer a couple years ago, and I'm still pretty antisocial, but I feel like over the years, I've gotten more comfortable with talking to people. At the time, I didn't really have anybody to lean to go through these feelings on my own. So I would just like exert all that energy into social media, and it distracted me from those feelings. But even though I had that self-awareness, I still didn't really want to face it because what was the other option? Like to feel these feelings? The answer is yes. That's the only way you're gonna get through it. If you're actually honest with yourself and have that alone time with yourself, have like that self-care time. And then when COVID hit and I didn't have any friends in college, and then I had to do online college, I was really lonely. I started my YouTube channel around this time. I just put all that energy into editing. And during this time, like a lot of people were starting to get into like meditation because a lot of people were stressed during COVID, and people started making bread at home and like just being more independent and like really analyzing their life entirely. I'm really proud of the spot that I am in right now. This doesn't mean that I'm never gonna be anxious again or sad again or worried. Like I'm definitely gonna feel these things because I'm human, but it's definitely gonna prevent me from going into that deep place because I'm so self-aware, because I let these emotions process through my body without trying to distract them or defend them. I didn't mean to get super deep with this, but I think that's one of the biggest benefits for me that I've had with having my alone time. Putting all that work into myself, stepping out of my shell, being less shy, and going up there and performing in front of everybody in acting class. Like all of this was a big step for me. So now I really cherish my alone time because I love that feeling. I love the feeling of being content with my emotions, even if they're positive or negative, because I put that work into myself. So I really enjoy just playing the piano. I really enjoy just going outside and listening to a song and just looking at the trees or doing some yoga or reading, doing things that don't really require a lot of brain power, things that mostly force you to be on your own and to be with your thoughts. Because the moment I stop doing that, personally for me, I just feel like I don't feel like myself anymore. If I don't give myself time to unwind, I'm just gonna keep imputing all this information in my brain and never have time to file it. So personally for me, this is what alone time has done to me, so that I can experience life in a much deeper, fulfilling way and avoid a quarter or midlife crisis, because I truly know what I want and what I feel, and not being shy to do them. I have a YouTube channel, I'm pursuing acting, and like I know these professions are hard, and I'm completely willing to put in the work, and I am putting in the work. So it just makes you really self-assured of yourself. Well, what do we do now with all of this reflection time? What can I keep doing on my alone time that can benefit me as a person and not just like momentarily? We also do that. Like we're like,
oh, I'm gonna be by myself for tonight and I'm just gonna turn on a candle and do a mask.
And then it'll de-stress me for the day, and then I'll wake up tomorrow,
Be stressed again and then unwind again. Like,
I mean, it is a daily cycle, but you can use this time and be a little bit more intentional with the time that you have by yourself. And it doesn't necessarily need to be doing like a skincare routine or separating an entire hour for yourself to do this like weekly. It's the little moments, like walking to your car. Don't listen to music. Just turn off your phone, look at the trees, feel the feet planted on the floor. You don't normally feel these things, but these are things that are presently happening to you. You're physically stepping on a floor. Things happen to us all the time, but we never fully experience them because our brain is concentrated in a specific aspect, whatever it may be. But it can literally be that, like the 2-minute walk to your car, not eating with anything turned on. It sort of makes you like a little expert in yourself. I don't have all the answers, but I feel like this is what has helped me and how I've interpreted alone time into my own own personal life and mental health. I feel like it was important to share because I feel like it could help other people, and if not, at least I was able to document the specific time in my life and what I thought of life at the current moment. A little mini public diary, if you will. It's a little scary to say that. Yeah, just let me know what you guys think. Am I going crazy here? Do you think this will help you? I don't know if you guys like these type of videos. I'm watching a lot of more of these types of videos on YouTube right now, and I just really like talking about mental health tips and share kind of like what's been working for me personally. So if you guys like these videos, just let me know and then I'll just keep making more of them. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like this video because that's how you let me know. Subscribe for more videos like these and hit the little bell notification next to the subscribe button so that you get notified every single time I post. I post every single Sunday, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye. I did not take one sip of my matcha at all, and I'm gonna finish it right in front of camera.